Okay, morning everybody. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I know we might have some new people, so I'll try to go a little slower so you can catch up with us. But what we're going to do, for those of you who've been doing this with me for the last number of weeks, we're going to do everything all together. So the really cool thing about this is, I mean, let's face it, some people just don't like to exercise. And by doing what I'm going to show you, it's an easy way to go ahead and exercise and move your body around and not get bored. Okay, so that's the concept. That's what we're going to try to do. Now, we're going to do something that's called Tabata. Say that. Tabata. And it was created by a gentleman that did exactly what I said. He said, you know, exercise is boring. Let me figure out a way that we can go ahead and get a lot of good exercise without feeling like it's really hard and boring. So here's what he did. He did a whole bunch of different exercises, and he moved from one exercise to the next. He never did any one for very long, and he moved from one to the next, to the next, to the next. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do these 5. We're going to do some kind of yoga. We're going to do either like a sumo sit, that's fun to do, or a plank. We're going to do that mountain climber. We're going to do maybe some sit-ups or V-sits, and then I hope you remember Qigong that I showed you last week. And then we're going to do that, and this whole thing is called a set. All 5 is called a set, and our heart rate's going to go up, 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 and then it's come down, and then we're going to do it again and come down. We're going to do like a little roller coaster. Got the idea? All right, so let's warm up a little bit with some yoga. So let's go through that sun salutation that I showed you even maybe about 2 weeks ago, and we'll go through it slowly because you might have forgotten, but it's a great warm-up. Okay, so start with your feet like this. We go to mountain pose, reach up, breathe in, and then go down, keep your knees straight, and if you can get to touch your toes, fine. If not, go down as far as you can and hold it. Okay, then come up and touch your knees, and then your back is kind of straight like a table. Then go back down and touch your toes if you can. Try to keep your knees straight. And then we go to a plank. Remember, this is a plank as if it was a board that was nice and straight. So our back and our legs are looking like a board. That's why you call it a plank. Okay, then lower yourself down to the mat slowly and reach your head up and your shoulders come off the mat and hold it. That's called a cobra. Kind of looks like a snake. And then we go back down and we go to downward facing dog. Okay, see if you can get your heels close to the ground. You can keep your knees kind of straight, and sometimes you can bend them if you can look at me. And then you can straighten. Okay, here, I'd like to add, step up with one of your feet and put it right by your hand. And now, put your hands on your hips and back straight. Where do you feel it? Where do you feel the stretch? Let your back go back a little bit more. Where do you feel it? Right in here, the leg that's on the ground. You feel it right in the front of that leg. That's a really good stretch. Okay, let's go. Hands back on the mat. Let's put the other leg by the hands. Hands on hips. Straighten the back and push back, and you'll feel the other leg being stretched. Feel it? Oh, I love that stretch. Okay, now let's go back into downward facing dog. Step up in between your hands. Touch your toes. Up to the ceiling. And okay, now, so we're just starting to come up here, and then we're going to move up to some of these exercises. So we're going to do them for about, I think about 30 seconds each. Okay, I think you can do it. So the cool thing about it is you can do it for 30 seconds. All right, because you don't really quite get bored, or it's not really that hard, 30 seconds. Got the idea? So we'll do one for 30, then we move to the other for 30, back and forth like that. Okay, ready? Let's wait until it gets to 5, 3, 0. And let's do a sumo sit. Ready? If you need to sit against the wall, you can. I don't think you do. Get your legs bent to about 90 degrees like that. See it? If you can put your hands up, do that. If you need to put them on your knees, do that. And don't bend over like this. See if you can get your back up a little bit. Okay, now 30 seconds is almost up. Okay, so we just did the sumo. We're going to do mountain climbers. So hands on the mat, get into that plank position, and bring one as if we're running, your knees up to your elbows. We're going to do it for a quick 30 seconds. You can do it. You can go faster than me. I'm a slow poke. Couple more seconds. And now let's do some sit-ups. Bend your knees. You can hook your feet underneath the sofa, cross your arms, and sit up. Like that. That's good. You go up and touch your elbows to your knees. Excellent. Excellent. A couple more. Okay. See, one goes right after the other. So let's go ahead and let's pretend, let's do that Qigong exercise where you go real slow. Pretend like you have a basketball here. Ready? Move it over here. And we just kind of bounced it and it's coming up. Go slow. We bounced it and it's coming up. Go to the other leg. Coming up. Slow. Qigong is nice and slow. Let your body, let your mind feel what your body's doing. Slow motion. Slow as can be. Okay. Now we're here. So we're going to start the whole thing again. We're going to climb up and come down. So let's go to the tree pose in yoga. See if you can do that. Put your foot on your, either on your calf down here, or if you get a little higher, fine. And then go the other leg. And remember, we only do them for 30 seconds. It's so quick. You never get bored. Okay, let's go right into a plank on your elbows. And then get your back totally straight. And just hold it. Can you do it? I think you can. We're going to do another 15 seconds. Now, I know I've told you this. It's okay to feel uncomfortable. It's not okay to feel pain. Pain, you stop. Feeling uncomfortable, keep going. Okay, ready? Mountain climber. Go right to a mountain climber. Go. 30 seconds. Keep it up. Keep it going. Okay, this time, get on the mat and get your body into a V, like that. And keep it there. If you can point your toes, that's even better. If you can have your hands come up, that's even better. Harder, but better. Couple more seconds. Okay, let's stop. And last, let's do one other Qigong exercise. Slowly make circles. Okay, make them a little bit bigger. A little bigger. Let your hands cross. Good. Big circles. Let them go the other way. Hands cross. All right, make the circles a little smaller. They don't cross. A little smaller. A little smaller. And I'm going to really challenge you now. Hold them out there. Man, they're starting to get heavy. Is it uncomfortable? If it is, that's okay. It's starting to get uncomfortable for me. Is it painful? No. Is it more uncomfortable? Yeah. That's okay. Now I'm really starting to feel it. So let's drop them. Oh, I really could feel it here. And that's okay. Okay, so look what we've done. We did a set, which is all 5. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our heart rate went up, 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 and it came down a little bit, and then went up, 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 and came down. So it was almost like a little roller coaster. And we did all these different exercises in a couple quick minutes. I think it took us 11 minutes to do that. All right, so here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to go outside and make sure you tell your parent that you're going outside, obviously, and get your basketball. And let's just practice that. We're not going to really do the Qigong movement, but one of the Qigong movements was that basketball movement. But you're going to do it a little quicker because the ball's going to bounce quicker. But I want you to really feel what it's like when that ball starts coming up. Remember, the Qigong movement was up, and then down, up. It wasn't slap, it was up. So when you do the basketball movement outside, get on the cement, push down, don't slap. I don't want you to slap. It's a push. Push down, and then when the ball comes up, you're feeling the ball until it gets up, and then you're pushing down. Okay? Bend your legs, push. Got it? It's as simple as that. So go outside, and even if when we don't have class, I'd really like you to practice that, because if you could go ahead and really be good at bouncing the basketball, guess what? When we start playing basketball, whether you can shoot or not, you'll be good, because I've never seen a basketball player who was good who could not bounce and dribble the ball. Okay? So if you want to be able to shoot well, first thing you have to do is know how to bounce the ball. Okay? More than anything else. Okay, I think that's good for today. I want you to spend a couple minutes outside bouncing the ball. Do it with your right hand, then your left hand. I don't know which one's stronger for you, but when you get better, you can hardly tell the difference. Okay? Great job. Tabata.